way!
What's going on, Pete? You look frustrated.
They're just not getting it. I feel as though I'm not doing my best for the kids. Feels like I'm doing more.
Well, what are you doing for the kids?
Well, I'm teaching them.
I mean, what does that look like in the classroom?
Well, I write notes on the board, and then they write the notes down, and then we might have a discussion about it, and then if there's time, they'll answer a couple of questions. Usually they have to do those at home.
So is anybody giving them support with their homework?
Well, not really, no. Look, their parents, they try, but it's just not quite working out. They struggle.
Have you heard of the flipped classroom model?
No, definitely not.
So the idea of the flipped classroom is that you take what you usually would do in class and set that for homework. And then you can do that homework where they're not getting that support in class and give them the support. So for you, what it would be is that those notes and that lecture that you're giving, you present that at home. Perhaps you could video it or something, and then they could come into class.
I don't want to drive to their house.
Well, videoing it's probably a pretty easy way to do that then.
Oh, right.
And then when they get to the classroom, you can get them to do those questions, and you can actually go around the room and support all those different students.
But who's teaching them?
Well, you're teaching them. You're their teacher. Hattie tells us that most of what we do as teaching is about building that relationship between you and the kids and offering feedback to them.
Ah.
With the flipped classroom model, you can talk to every single one of the kids in your class every day.
Do I have to talk to them?
Well, it's best that you do. You are a teacher.
Okay. How do I make the videos?
Well, you can use the school laptops. They've got everything you need. All you really need is a webcam and a microphone.
They've got those in them.
Yeah, they're built in. So you could just make it on your school laptop.
So I don't need a fancy microphone?
A fancy microphone's nice, but you can start off without one.
All right. So what are they doing in the classroom then?
Well, they can do whatever you want in the classroom, and you've got time to do more interesting and varied things. So rather than just writing down notes and having discussions on that, do you know Bloom's taxonomy, right?
That's the triangle.
Well, yeah, it usually is a triangle. So you've got the knowledge and understanding, which is on the base.
That's the lecture.
Yeah, and they can't do anything without that knowledge and understanding.
No, lecture's important.
But we then move into the application and analysis of the information.
So the pointy part of the triangle.
Yeah, they're getting the smaller part.
Yeah,
so
you don't do much of that.
Well, that's the great thing about the flipped classroom. Rather than use the triangle of Bloom's taxonomy, we actually use the diamond of Bloom's taxonomy, where the base parts of the triangle are done at home without you having to be there, and you can concentrate on that analysis and application, those higher order skills that require more support from the teacher.
So Hattie would say, we're now allowing them to learn deeply and give them feedback about their deeper learning.
Yes, of course. And that could take many forms. You could have your class discussions, but the kids would be more prepared for the discussion because they've already done the knowledge and understanding part for home. You could even get the kids to actually teach each other.
But then what am I doing?
Well, you're still their teacher. You're going around the class and helping each of them with it.
So you would say I've moved from the sage on the stage to the guide on the side.
Indeed. You're definitely avoiding the whole jugs and mugs theory with you as the fountain of knowledge.
I don't want to be a fountain. But what about the kids who don't do their homework?
Well, you deal with that in the same way that you deal with people who don't do their homework now. You could give them a detention.
I like detentions.
Or you could get them to, say, stay outside the classroom and watch the video before they come in.
But how would they do that?
Well, it's very easy for the classes that already have iPads.
What they do their games on?
Well, they do use it for games, but it's also a very good learning tool.
Okay, so they could watch the video. So I don't just reteach it?
No, you don't want to reteach it in class. The whole idea is that you move that lecture to the home space, so your homework becomes home learning. And then when they come in, you can help them with those higher order skills.
Home learning. I like that. But what about the kids who don't have access? The kids who can't get the internet at home?
Well, some of our students are out on farms and just don't have the download. But what they can do is they can actually use a program on their iPads like KeepTube and download the video onto their iPads so they can watch it when they get home.
When they play their games.
Well, hopefully before they play their games. Alternatively, you could just give all your videos on a USB at the start of the topic.
I could put them on the student share drive.
You could put them there too.
But what about Frog?
Well, you could also link your videos through your Frog website.
Well, you could call me an iPad.
Because you're a learning tool.